combating expectations, pushing down anxieties, beginning set precedents, they introduce the future. The hook that lures the audience, the first page of any story, satire, or novel, will be the basis for any opinion the reader will formulate for the further text. Following that notion, I want my beginning to be extraordinary. I want to make an impression, to be the stimulus that pushes someone's brain to move. As like draws to like, I am constantly searching for that in the books that I read. Whether it's Call Me Ishmael or Once Upon a Time, the books that seem to have the largest impact on the world around them are those with staggering first lines. And that is what I look for. From reading science fiction and fantasy, to historical nonfiction, to Japanese manga, I believe that every book has a purpose. Every story is meant to be written, and every word is beautiful. My passion for literature began before I could ever read words for myself. With my parents, teachers, or other guardians telling the story out loud, I would look at the pictures and point out who each character was. Was the main character a baby kangaroo? I became it. Did the little boy need help finding something? I could help him. As soon as I could finally pick out the words for myself, I quickly climbed to the top of my reading group at school. I started reading some of my first chapter books, G.D.B. Jones. I would come running into the kitchen to my mother washing dishes and repeat the hilarious new addition to G.D.B.'s hijinks. The way Barbara Park captured the eccentricity of G.D.B. in a way that encased the quirks of a little girl's personality was incredible. Around that time, I received the first of my own bookmaking kits from my parents. Writing my own story while drawing pictures to match couldn't have thrilled me more. I knew exactly what I wanted to catalog, and that was the story of Bunny Girl, a superhero of my own creation who fought the evil turkey monster. After turning in my fully completed story, I had a printed book with my name on the cover. My dream of becoming an illustrator was born. In the second grade, I began having problems seeing the board in class. I became increasingly frustrated. I couldn't see my teacher's handwriting on the board. I couldn't pick out the letters on a page before me, and I couldn't read the words that I adored. I needed glasses, and with a pair of black cat-eyed ones in tow, I soon returned to my normal routine. Later, when I twisted my ankle and was out of PE for about 2 weeks, my teacher allowed me to read while my class was gone. I racked up a total of approximately 400 AR points. I was ecstatic. 2 years later, in the 4th grade, I began the Harry Potter series, now what I consider to possibly be the pinnacle of my childhood reading career. Simply stated, I fell in love. J.K. Rowling had created something unlike anything I had ever seen before. Harry and his friends were my heroes. I would get caught sneaking my book underneath my desk while I was supposed to be paying attention to other things. I couldn't stop. My mother, who had previously said that she would read them with me, was left in the dust. I finished all 7 that year. Miss Terry Knowles, my school librarian, shortly sought me out to complete a program that she had just created. If I read and finished a book from numerous genres, I would be rewarded at the end of the year. With the new challenge before me, I was excited to start. I began choosing a variety of books, from stories of Laura Ingalls Wilder to a biography on the life of Sally Ride. The accomplishments of people, especially women, inspired me all over again. Catapulting into middle school, I was given the opportunity to read multiple pieces of classic literature, from To Kill a Mockingbird to Lord of the Flies, to poetry by Robert Frost, and my personal favorite, Shel Silverstein. I was familiarized with the Hunger Games, and excerpts from the research of Charles Darwin, along with the life experiences of Paul Revere and Dolly Madison. I enjoyed each of them, more with each new page, but in the 8th grade, I read a little-known book by a 20-something fresh out of college girl named Veronica Roth called Divergent. I had an epiphany, an experience that I wouldn't change for the world. I found what I wanted to do. Veronica Roth now embodies who I want to be. I want to write. I won the writing fair that year, and I also made a perfect score on the writing test. Upon entering high school, with a spark in my eyes that could only be labeled with a love for books, I was devouring them at a crazy pace. I would check out 4 to 5 books at once. Beautiful Creatures, The Maze Runner, Matched, I read them all, and I couldn't have been happier. The summer before my 10th grade year, I was reading Veronica Roth's blog, which I had begun to follow. She was to appear in Charleston, South Carolina, in November of 2013 at Y'all Fest, a young adult book festival. I panicked. I had to go. I turned to my mother and began begging. It may have been the most imperative thing that I've ever been able to experience. Knowing how zealous I was, my fervent pleas were met with approval, and I started preparing for the festival by reading books by the 40-some authors that would be there. Shatter Me, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, The Girl of Fire and Thorns, I read them all. And once again, that I had been bitten by the book bug, it was time that I was more serious than ever. I was checking out books from every library I could think of, and purchasing books like a mad woman. When that November finally rolled around, I found myself with autographs and books signed by the very people that I now dream of. Meeting Veronica Roth, I almost started crying. I'm still speechless thinking about it. Coming home, I couldn't imagine my life doing anything differently. The authors I met are progress of where I see myself in 10 years. I love JLFest so much that I returned in 2014 to meet James Dashner, the author of the Maze Runner series. Lately, I have found myself wild about Japanese manga, reading from right to left instead of the traditional American left to right. The cultural differences between the Oriental and Western nations both intrigue and energize me. Using historical knowledge to illustrate a story based on alchemical processes and methods, Fullmetal Alchemist is one of my favorite series, and I learn new things about scientific elements regularly. Currently, on estimation, I spend about 20 hours a week reading, a feat that I am quite proud of. If I could correctly explain all of the books that have ever touched me, it would be a miracle. Reading books, writing books, is maybe the person I am, and personally, I love it. The books and stories that have both been shared with me, and by me, are stories that accumulate to create the humanities of the entire world. In my nominal 16 years of existence, I've only scratched the surface, which is terrifying and phenomenal at once. Truthfully, I don't know if it will ever end, and I don't know that I want it to. My beginning as a reader, as an author, isn't over yet. I want to make sure it's one to remember.